Have you ever had a show where, it looked good, this looks like this is going to be compelling, and then you're in the middle of the show and you realize this is just not as compelling as I thought it was going to be?
I'll give you an idea. Every year I do approximately 200
Yeah, they're not all going to be home runs.
But I got to tell you this. I have the smallest kill ratio of almost any show in the air. We tape 200 of them go on the air. Period. I don't kill shows.
Wow.
So you get what we do. And fortunately for us, we do those kinds of topics that I think are universal because they're informative. But I have sat there and been talking to a guest and go, geez, it's almost like I'm pulling teeth to get this information out. And I think to myself, it's going to be the worst show that I've done in the last year when I put it on. And it rates higher than anything else that I've done. So it's hard to put a finger on.
It does seem like because all of a sudden there were so many talk shows that people couldn't be as broad as they used to be. Shows found that they had to kind of narrow cast and find, like Jerry Springer found his little corner of that perverted world, and it was very successful for him. But it seemed, and even Sally, it seemed before she went off the air, her show seemed to all of a sudden start focusing in certain directions just because.
But you know what? You gotta. I think for the longest time, and over the last 10 years, and I can't knock the rest of the media, but everybody took hits and took shots at talk shows for what we discussed, right? It's like right now, people have the issue of who's the baby's daddy comes up on a lot of talk shows, and the way they do it is one thing, but talk did go to the lowest common denominator. Some of those people felt they needed to do that, but that's because I think our entire society has been drawn to that. You turn on the national news, you never saw a dead body 10 years ago. You see dead bodies now.
A lot of sheep.
All the time. Is the cart before the horse? You have to go back and forth. Do we report what's happening and show it as a reflection of what's happened, or do we set the trend? Right. I will go back and tell you that as a nation, very funny, some historian will go back and look at this themselves. From the second of the assassination of John F. Kennedy in Dallas, changed the attitude of the American public towards what it had the right to see and what it had to see. It was that killing that started all the network news is showing you the death in Vietnam. Since then, America's led the way in what it's decided to show the public because it feels the public has a voracious appetite, or is it really the media saying, we have the right to show you this? From that, the rest has come along. Look at what we have now. We have, we have a show called The Bachelor where, on a television show, women's parents will try to convince a man to take their daughter to bed. And everybody's like, yeah, get some my little girl, yeah.
I gotta admit, I kind of enjoy those type of shows.
Of course.
It plays on people and their need for that attention.
Yeah, but it also plays on our need to see it all.
Completely. But those people are just as guilty for laying themselves out on a platter when a TV and a light flips on. They'll just do whatever it takes to get on.
People always will act differently under the eye of a camera than they will. You take a camera down to the street corner where nothing's going on, all of a sudden you got a wild scene.
But with The Bachelor, you put a girl who otherwise might not have been attracted to this guy, but you throw a TV camera and a network in the mix.
And I love you.
Yeah. But then as soon as the camera goes off, you hear about the divorce and how it didn't work out.
Exactly.
I met him yesterday, but I love him.
Do you have a guilty TV pleasure? I mean, you must
I'll tell you something very, very bizarre with me, I swear to you. If you come in my house from 6 o'clock in the morning until midnight, I have one television in the back room. It's on CNN regular, and the other one's on MSNBC. And I walk from room to room, and that's all I do. And then there's one other show that is every once in a blue moon I will pick up Dateline. But, if Dateline's not like a talk show, but that's it.
You don't watch Survivor or anything?
None of that stuff. No guilty
pleasure. That's part of your job. You need to be saturated with news and be informed.
Yeah, so I'm just informed.
But no stupid TV.
But I hardly ever turn on any episodic television whatsoever.
Wow. Well, this has been a cool surprise.
Awesome.
Hey, thank you. It was great playing the game. I had you guys.
That was fun.
I was sitting there trying my best to figure out what to say. I didn't know who I was. I was either, so I
thought you were the Tybo guy for a minute.
When I asked about a commercial, I thought it was
Tybo guy.
Billy Blanks is who I was thinking, because fitness.
Well, his voice, he was doing kind of.
But the Billy Blanks doesn't have a TV show.
I'm down in Tampa. I was in Tampa, about 6 months ago. I'm walking in the street. I was walking with some people from the station. I had on a T-shirt and something. And a guy walked up behind me and went, yeah, I wonder how fast he could really be. And he went by me. He whacked me on the back. And I'm thinking to myself, was it? And I look up earlier. He says, I don't know. He doesn't seem so tough. And I'm wondering, what? And then finally the lady says, yeah, Billy, we love you. And I went, Billy, I don't look like nobody's Billy Blanks. Come back with me, I'll show you how tough I am, homeboy. No. It's funny, but somebody, just because of the bald head, they walked up behind me and thought I was Billy Blanks.
Crazy.
Thank you, Montel.
Thanks
so much for having me later.